Good morning, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of Morning Mind Up with Trie. I'm your host, Trie, and this is where we get to spill some of our thoughts, share our stories, and, well, dump whatever's on our mind to clear the mental clutter. Whether you're grounding your feet into the earth or simply grounding your thoughts for the day, I'm here for it. Just a quick reminder, everything I share here is just one perspective. My personal take on life, art, and all things mindful. You might vibe with it or you might not, and that's totally cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. So if anything I say sparks something in you, let's keep the conversation going. Connect with me on social media and let's chat calmly, rationally, and with good vibes only. We can always learn from each other, right? Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to Morning Mind Up with Trie. Today's episode is a bedtime story called The Man Between Two Timelines. In a small, wind-swept town, Rowan had made a quiet name for himself. Strategic, deliberate, always one step ahead, or so he liked to believe. But beneath the calm facade, Rowan wrestled with a storm he couldn't admit to himself. Alina wasn't part of his plan. She came into his life unexpectedly. Her energy was like a burst of color against his carefully drawn lines. They met online, their conversations weaving a strange, electric connection. She was open, curious, and unafraid to be vulnerable. Rowan, on the other hand, kept his guard up. He told himself it was safer that way, easier. Alina felt the weight of his walls, but couldn't turn away. She saw something in him, the potential, a spark he seemed so determined to bury. So she stayed, navigating his breadcrumbed replies and carefully measured silences. She believed, or at least hoped, that one day he would let her in, even if it was just a friend. But Rowan's heart was never fully in one place. Even as he traded messages with Alina, someone else quietly filled the space he'd left open. Mira. She was everything Rowan thought he needed. Calm, steady, and uncomplicated. They started something tangible, something Rowan could touch and define. It wasn't love, not really, but it was safe and uncomplicated. Alina began to notice the gaps growing wider between their conversations. Rowan's words became fewer, his attention harder to grasp. She wondered if she was holding onto a connection that wasn't real, a thread that only she believed in. She even confronted him and asked him if she wanted the friendship to grow, and he told her yes. So she continued to message him, and when she saw him, she would give him hugs. Rowan's world grew more divided. He convinced himself that Mira was his present and Alina was just a distant echo. Yet late at night, when the quiet settled in, his mind wandered to the conversations he had with Alina. The way she'd seen through his defenses, it left him restless, unsure of the man that he was becoming. Then one day, Alina stopped replying. Rowan noticed the silence immediately, though he wouldn't admit it to himself. He'd always assumed she'd be there, waiting in the wings. But the truth was, she'd grown tired of waiting for Rowan to meet her halfway, tired of her tired of holding on to something that felt more like a dream than a reality. She focused on herself, pouring her energy into her art and finding joy in real connection she built around her. Meanwhile, Rowan kept walking the line between his two lives, one foot in a timeline with Mira and one lingering in a timeline with Alina that had never really begun. One evening, as Rowan scrolled through social media, he stumbled upon one of Alina's posts. It was a drawing, a swirling abstract piece
that seemed to radiate the emotions she could never fully express to him. Underneath, she had written, "Some connections aren't meant to be held onto forever. They come to teach us something and then let us go." Something inside Rowan stirred. For the first time, he let himself feel the weight of what he had lost. Not just Alina, but the version of himself she believed in. He wasn't sure if he could ever fix the pieces he'd fractured, but he knew this: Alina had been right to walk away. She wasn't his to keep. Not anymore.
All right, my beautiful souls, that's a wrap for today's Morning Mind Dump. If you're feeling it, don't forget to check out the poll question for today's episode. I'd love to know your thoughts and keep the conversation flowing. If you enjoyed hanging out with me this morning, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming mind dumps. And hey, if you want to say hi, be a guest, come find me on social media. Let's connect, share ideas, and keep the good energy going. Until next time, stay grounded, stay creative, and keep dumping that mind clutter. Much love and hug. Have a great day.